Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, as the case may be. My name's Les Owen. I'm a certified personal trainer, and what we're going to do today, we're going to continue our series on how to work the forearm with some of the old school methods. And what we're going to use today is the wrist roller. Yeah, it's a very easy piece of equipment to make. All you need to do is get a length of dowel so wide and a length of string, and also what I'm going to do, bring it up to the camera, you get a little bit like that, and then you clip one of the carabans in like so, and you can hook your weight in there, nice and easy. Yeah, and what I normally do is do it like that. That goes through the hole in the plate, and then you just pull it tight and you roll it up. Now, when we're using these, if we roll it up this way, so as the rope goes that way, okay, what we're using is the extensors of the forearm, okay? If it comes up the inside like so, we're using the flexors more. But when using the wrist roller, we're using the flexors and the extensors no matter what we're doing. But the way you bring it up is what emphasises what area you're going to hit. So if you wanted to emphasise the flexion muscles, what you would do, you would bring the rope up so it's facing you like so. So what we would do is be like so, and it would be in a palms down position. Okay, I'm just doing this demonstration with this hand as the palms up and moving it with this one. Okay, and basically what we're working here is the movement of extension when you're doing it, really deliberately extending, and we're alternating between them, so it's like so, so as we bring the weight up or down, whichever the case may be. What I've found, I've been watching YouTube videos and certain people are saying the wrist roller is no good because it tires the shoulder out. But what we're trying to do here is educate everybody, and this is a very good piece of exercise because it's light and you can make it at home. Okay, so there are 3 different methods of using it, and when coupled with the way you use it, if you take the rope up the outside and just come down, that's one way of using it. The second way of using it is just coming up on the inside and bringing it up like so. The third way, you alternate between the two. So it comes up like so, and then down. And then you keep going. Like that. That's the 3 ways you would use to get the rope going up and coming down. You've also got 3 ways of performing it. One with straight arms here in front of you, and this is the one people are saying that's no good. but you've got to realise where you're putting it in your training program before you dismiss it. Then you have the bent arm version. And again, you've got to know what the exercise does before you dismiss it. With the one out in front, really and truthfully, you can only do it palms down. With the one where you've got bent arms, you can use a palms up grip. So that's a little bit more versatile. Okay? But the other one, and I usually use a small bench, what I've got here is just something that I can stand on. So if I've got a big plate on here, it just helps me out. And all I'm going to do is put my arms straight this time. So, how do I use them? And why do I use them? Okay, if I'm doing a fitness circuit, because I don't like the I'm a bodybuilder or I'm a powerlifter approach. I like to do a varied program. So if I'm picking on fitness for a little while and getting a refresh in my mind more than anything else, I will use the extended arm one. The reason being, I can just put half a kilo on there and challenge myself with this for time under tension. And if you do the exercise correctly, you will feel it. Yeah, it's about keeping the arms straight and deliberate movement. There's another thing that I also vary as well when I'm using it, and it's the thickness of the actual dowel that you're using. So you challenge the finger muscles and your grip, and that's the most important thing. If you can't hold on to something, you can't lift it. So I'm challenging my finger strength. So what I'll do is I will perform them as they are meant to be performed. I'll use a small weight. So like I said, I've just got half a kilo on there, and all I do is put my hands out in front of me, and all I'm going to do, look forward. Obviously, how I do it, I'll do it this way. And it's deliberate turns. So really sort of turning and there, and the slower you do it, the better it is for you. The more muscle you're going to involve. So you do it nice and slowly. And that's half. So you go all the way back down. And because the rope is on the outside, it's not on the inside, that's 1 rep. Okay, so big deliberate movements. And do it slowly and control it. And here we go. This is the fitness style of doing it. So there's 2 reps. And again, back up the outside of the dowel. So big deliberate movements. You would do 5 reps there. That's 5 up and down. Now some people go, and that's as heavy as you need to go. Okay? You might get 1 1/4 on there, and that's it. Don't go too heavy on that one. That's more for a fitness level, and what you would do there is increase the reps, okay, more than the weight. That's how you would use that one. The next style is the bent arm one. You can use a considerable amount of weight on that. So we will take, instead of 1/2 kilo, we'll go to 2.5 kilos. Now, remember what I said about the outside edge. The outside edge, the rope is on this side. The inside edge is nearest to me. Okay, so what we're going to do this time is do it that way. Okay, so we're going to tuck our arms in, and all we're going to do, what I'll remember to say beforehand, when we're using it out here, obviously we're using the front shoulder, and that's what we don't want to involve, because if we put too much weight on it, your shoulders are going to give out. So we want to increase the reps on this style. This one is slightly different. With the bent arm, what we're going to do is we're going to engage the brachialis, and the brachialis is part of what we're working. So statically, the brachialis is getting involved to hold the weight there. So again, we're going to do palms down, and this time what we're going to do is come up the inside. So away we go. And this one, the way this happens is we're doing the flexors. So we're giving that nice, deliberate movement of the wrists. So this particular movement is more to do with flexion and extension of the wrist. Okay? Now, on this one, we'll emphasise the rope coming up on the outside, which emphasises the extensors of the wrist. So we're doing it nice and slowly. Okay? And there we go. So down we go. And then we're going to go up the inside. The reason I'll go up the inside for one, and then the next one is up the outside, is because I'm looking for muscle development on that one, and to get an even development. So the forearm is working all the time, no matter what style you choose. It's the way the rope comes up on the inside which really emphasises the flexor muscle group, which is here. And when the rope comes up on the outside of the dowel, it really emphasises the muscles here, which are the extensor muscles. So that way, I'm using it for muscle development. Okay? But now, the story changes now. Again, you don't need to go too heavy on that one. 5 kilos would be maximum on that sort of one, because you're looking for muscle development. You're not looking for strength development. Now what we'll do, we'll move into the strength development one. Now what we're doing is, see, the closer the weight gets to you with the wrist roller or any exercise, let me explain it to you, is when the weight is out here, if you're holding it in your hand, you could have 5 kilos here in your hand, say, and the pressure on your spine is tremendous. But if you bring it in, it lessens because of the weight is more close to you. Okay? So if we just straighten our arms, whatever weight we got in our hand is that exact weight. Okay? So that's a little bit self-explanatory. So what we're going to do, we're going to do it as normal, as I would normally do it. We're going to do it with the 5 kilos. But on this style of one, we're not working on a sort of fitness level or a muscle building level. We are working on getting as much weight on this as possible. So all I'll do, I'll step up on my little stool here, and basically there we go. Same principle as before, up we come, and then there's no cheating. You can't cheat in this style. You've got to get it up. Okay? And down we go. And again, the style that I would use on this is 1 up on the inside, and 1 up on the outside. And always remember, if you want to create more tension on the forearms, is to keep the elbows locked. You don't want to do it like this. This is easy to do it. That's an easy way to do it. Yeah, like that. Lock it in. And the movement is on the wrists. And really and truthfully, once you get into using anything over 5 kilos in this style, you're working for strength. And you should be able to work up to, in the straight armed one that is close to your body, you should be able to work up to a 20 kilo plate easy. How many times you go up and down depends on what you've done beforehand. Okay? Do not train your grip, because this is what you're training, your grip and your forearm muscles. You would tag this onto the end of your workout, not at the beginning. So for instance, if you did a back session, you're going to suffer in your grip session. Just as though if you did a grip session before your back session would be totally and utterly messed up. So it depends on your goal and how you're going to use the exercises. Right, I hope that's cleared up the good old-fashioned, old-school wrist roller for you. 3 different methods of using it. In the way, straight armed out in front, bent armed out in front, straight arms close to the body. Okay, they're your 3 positions that you can start from. And then remember, if you have another 3 things to think about. The rope coming up the outside of the wrist roller. That is one style. The rope coming up the inside of the wrist roller. And then the combined rope one, where you go one up the inside and one up the outside. So many variations that you can use with one piece of equipment. Okay? Right, enough said. You'll be working these muscles. The extensors of your forearm and the flexors of your forearm. Okay, another old school exercise covered. Take care and I'll see you in my next video.